Hello everybody, welcome to Mr. Science's 7th and 8th grade class. This is the class that your 7th and 8th graders are in for math and science with me in the afternoon, social studies and religion with Miss Rizzo in the morning, and also some language arts with Mr. Batchelder in the morning. The students stay in this classroom and the teachers rotate around through the rooms. For my 7th and 8th grade math, we've been kind of reviewing some material from last year involving ratios, rates, and proportional relationships, all centered around this idea of the slope-intercept form and some pre-algebraic math. We've also taken a look back at some basic number sense and just got done this week kind of going over addition and subtraction of positive and negative numbers. In science, students have just completed a Google Slides presentation on a certain period of our geologic time scale. And next week up here, we're going to have a 15-foot number line that they'll start putting some of the things they've completed along that number line. And it's meant to give an appreciation for the length of time this planet has been around. For instance, a period of time that lasted, say, 350 million years will be about 2 inches long out of that 15-foot total number line. Okay, that's pretty good for 7th and 8th grade. I'm going to go next door, talk about where I have the 5th, 6th grade classes. Be right back. All right, welcome back. Here we are in the science lab. Typically, in a typical year, I'd run my math classes out of the room we were just in. Now I run the math and science for 7th, 8th grade out of the room next door, and I run the 5th grade math and science in here, in the 6th grade math and science. All happens in this room. There's plenty of space to spread out. I just switched the orientation of the room last night, so today was the first day. As you see it, we used to kind of focus on that board, and now I'm using one of the shades for my projector. Let's see. Also starting with some geological time for science, I had each of the younger students, the 5th, 6th grade, make their own, a timeline of their life, which helped them to see the proportions, and they evenly spaced things out. So they picked events in their life that meant something to them, some from the beginning, some from the middle, and some from the end, and they made a timeline of their life with it to go along with their upcoming timeline of the Earth. In math, we started out doing some area puzzles, making some area puzzles, learning about the area of complex shapes. So I have a couple examples laid out here. You may see some of your students' work, but they had to create several individual shapes that fit into a game board. They had to calculate the area of all the shapes. And the goal was, it's kind of a challenge to see if they could fit the pieces correctly on each other's game boards. I'm not going to do the whole thing in front of you now. I don't even think I remember it, but it was a good interactive way for them to start the year with some area studies. Let's see here. I've written out kind of my course plan for each of my classes, each of my grade levels, and math and science. So I'll kind of spend a few seconds on each one. You can feel free to pause this at any time. I'm not going to read them off to you, but you can pause this at any time and look at what the year will look like for your student, whether they're in 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, or 8th grade. So just show this for a little while. Okay, feel free to pause it again. You can look back, think of any questions you may have, look at the spread of stuff we're covering. I'll show you a couple cool projects I've done over the years. This was a couple years ago I did with a class, back when we were fully able to do some group work. Over the last few years we've done some scale modeling. We modeled the church in 1/40th scale with foam board. You can see my kids back then, they did quite a good job doing the church. And then when the rectory was being built, my class kind of built a 1/40th scale model of the rectory alongside the real building. Okay, so since they're the same scale, they are proportional. The two buildings are proportional just like they are in real life. Okay, and that's some of the math work. The poster board we made for the work we did, they sketched the church on Google SketchUp, used some trigonometry to get the heights of the church. It came out pretty accurate. Okay, I'm already running out of time, so I'm going to come over here. Just a couple things I wanted to let you know, some digital resources that I use. on the day-to-day basis. Okay, I use Open Up Resources as my main math curriculum. Okay, Open Up Resources is the middle school math curriculum. You can find it online. There's a teacher, a student, and a family tile that you can click on and get information about it and kind of see what kind of stuff they're doing. All right, I wanted to also talk to you about IXL Math Online. This is an online program that the school subscribes to that is an annual fee, and it gives students unlimited access to endless math practice of any topic, broken down by grade. Now, with the influx of new students, we're a little beyond our current license, so when we re-up at the end of the month, we're going to include enough positions to have everyone on board. That's IXL Math, and if students have computers at home, they can access it, sign in, and have all kinds of practice at their fingertips. All right. I follow the next generation science standards for science. That's something you can access on your own and look over. It kind of breaks it down by grade. This is what each grade should be learning in science class. So that's the next generation science standards. And then lastly, my email, in case you don't have it on anything, it's jsigns@stmichael-org. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions, concerns, and I'll get back to you. All right, that's all for me. Thank you.